Hello and welcome to our cozy corner of color this holiday season. Today we explore elegant Christmas tree decoration colors that elevate the whole mood of the season. As the images change, you will see palettes that feel timeless, refined, and full of gentle sparkle. We will wander through metallics, neutrals, jewel tones, and soft pastels, and we will share practical ideas for mixing colors on a single tree. If you love a look that feels polished but not fussy, you are in the right place. So find a comfy seat, breathe in the scent of pine, and let the visuals guide you through color ideas you can use right away. Scene by scene, we begin with the foundation, lights and the base color of your tree. A classic evergreen tree welcomes the warmth of warm white lights. The glow creates a soft canvas that lets ornaments pop without shouting. In the first image, you might see a tree wrapped in white or ivory ribbon, with a few glass baubles catching the light. This is where color begins, subtle contrast, not chaos. If you prefer cooler tones, imagine cool white lights paired with frosted ornaments. If you lean traditional, a warmer glow ties in perfectly with gold or copper accents. The trick is to let the light do most of the lifting and give the ornaments a chance to shine on top. Now we move into metallic magic. The second image shows gold and silver playing together like a quiet duet. Gold brings warmth, a sense of celebration, and a hint of luxury. Silver introduces brightness and clarity, making the tree feel expansive. The two metals can overlap on the same branches or stay in separate clusters for a more deliberate look. A common, elegant approach is to choose one dominant metal and sprinkle the other as accents. For instance, a gold-dominated tree with silver drops on a few needles feels balanced and refined. Textures matter here. Matte, satin, and shiny finishes catch the light differently, creating depth without overwhelming the eye. If you're feeling bold, copper or rose gold adds a modern twist while maintaining warmth. Next, we slide into the neutrals and whites family. The third image features ivory, cream, and frosted whites. Neutrals are incredibly versatile because they act like a quiet backdrop that lets other colors breathe. A tree dressed in ivory satin ribbons, pearl ornaments, and frosted glass beads can look incredibly chic and serene. The role of neutrals is not to vanish but to set the stage for color to appear with precision. Layer different neutrals, mixing textures like velvet, grosgrain, and sheer organza to create a tactile elegance. You can tuck in a few clear or white baubles to maintain brightness, and then let a single accent color tell your story. Moving into jewel tones, we encounter rich greens, deep blues, and ruby reds. The fourth image might show emerald green needles paired with gold highlights, or a midnight blue bauble nestled among silver accents. Jewel tones feel luxurious because they reflect light with saturated depth. When you use these colors, a little goes a long way. Try one primary jewel color and keep others as subtle whispers. For example, pair emerald with champagne and a few charcoal or black ornaments to ground the look. If your space has a lot of natural wood elements, jewel tones can echo that warmth while adding a regal touch. The key is balance. Let the color be the star, but avoid too many competing shades that make the tree look busy. Then we drift into soft pastels for a gentler, romantic vibe. The fifth image shows blush pinks, pale blues, and creamy whites shimmering under warm lights. Pastel palettes are surprisingly modern and timeless at the same time. They pair beautifully with metallic accents like rose gold or silver, so you can keep the tree feeling fresh without feeling cartoonish. A soft pink satin ribbon, a few pearlescent ornaments, and a couple of mint green touches can create a calm, elegant mood. If you live in a room with cooler tones, add icy blues or lavender for a frosted, wintry scene. The beauty of pastels is that they blend into many decors, from traditional to contemporary, while still delivering that festive glow. We then explore tonal harmony and textural variety. The sixth image shows a monochrome approach, a single color expressed in many textures. Think green in velvet, satin, glass, and matte finishes, all in different shades. A tonal tree feels cohesive and sophisticated, with depth created through variation rather than a riot of colors. This approach works especially well in smaller spaces or when you want a minimalist, designer look. It is also a smart budget move because you can reuse your existing ornaments by focusing on texture rather than color changes. Another option is a white or champagne tonal tree where clear glass beads, frosted icicle shapes, and matte white balls build subtle interest while maintaining a serene aesthetic. Color balance rules help the eye land in a harmonious place. The classic 60-30-10 rule is a reliable guide. Let the dominant color cover about 60% of the tree, a secondary color occupy roughly 30%, and an accent color take about 10%. The application is flexible. If you choose a dramatic jewel tone as the main color, the remaining colors should support rather than compete. When you use metallics as your accent, a small dose can create fireworks without overwhelming the scene. Remember, lighting changes perception, so it can be helpful to step back after placing a cluster of ornaments and gauge the overall balance before adding more. Texture and pattern are your best friends for elevating elegance. The seventh image highlights ribbons, garlands, and textures that catch the eye. A wide velvet ribbon curling down the tree has a soft luxury. A delicate beaded garland adds sparkle on the way down. A burlap or linen ribbon can bring warmth and rustic charm when paired with metallics. When mixing patterns, keep scale in mind. Large patterns for bigger spaces, small patterns for tighter trees. A few glass icicles or faceted gemstones reflect light like tiny prisms, giving the impression of more color without adding more hues. If you love nature-inspired textures, you can incorporate natural wood accents, pine cones, or dried orange slices as small, tasteful nods to the season. Practical tips to implement these ideas in your own space. The eighth image suggests a staged approach. Start with the tree, add lights, apply a broad color base, then layer in ornaments with varying shapes and finishes. Place larger items near the bottom and medium shapes mid-tree to anchor the silhouette, then scatter small accents toward the top to draw the eye upward. Use variety in shapes, round baubles, teardrop icicles, star-shaped toppers, to keep the eye engaged without clutter. When using white or ivory as your base, create contrast with color in a few spots rather than across every branch. And don't forget the power of negative space. Letting branches peek through can make the tree feel light and elegant rather than crowded. We also cover seasonal lighting and how it changes the mood. The ninth image demonstrates warm white versus cool white lighting. Warm white lights tend to soften the palette and bring a cozy, traditional feel, perfect for golds, bronzes, and creams. Cool white lights make the colors pop with a crisp, modern edge, ideal for silver, icy blues, and crystal accents. A trick to get the best effect is to mix lighting temperatures subtly. Use a core of warm white and sprinkle in a few cool white bulbs in strategic locations to create contrast without breaking the overall harmony. Dimmer switches can help you adjust the atmosphere from festive to intimate as the evening progresses. We look at budget-friendly ideas so you can achieve elegance without overspending. The 10th image shows you can repurpose items from around the house. Use ribbons you already own, combine thrifted ornaments with new accent pieces, or swap out simple items like old baubles for more refined shapes. Consider DIY touches. A handmade ribbon bow at the top, a cluster of glass beads, or a small garland made from sturdy beads. You can also recycle last year's decorations by rotating colors. If you buy just a few key pieces, one or two statement ornaments in a metallic finish, a chic ribbon, and a tasteful topper, you can transform the entire look while staying within budget. The core message is clear. Elegance comes from thoughtful placement, not an overwhelming quantity of color. Now a few curated palette ideas you can apply tonight. Option 1 blends gold and ivory with hints of sage green for a classic holiday vibe that feels luxurious but not fussy. Option 2 combines silver with icy blue and a whisper of charcoal, creating a modern, frosted scene that reads as chic and cool. Option 3 embraces rose gold with cream and blush, delivering a warm, romantic atmosphere that still looks contemporary. Option 4 pairs emerald green with gold and a touch of bronze, perfect for a traditional yet refined look. Option 5 uses navy or deep blue with grayscale accents for a dramatic, regal impression. Each palette works across most tree shapes and room styles. The key is to be deliberate about where the color lands and to keep the rest quiet enough to let the color do the talking. Finally, the closing notes. The goal of these elegant color ideas is to help you create a Christmas tree that feels thoughtful and cohesive. It is not about chasing every trend but about choosing a language of color that resonates with you and your home. Use these scenes as a springboard to experiment with textures, lighting, and layout. Remember that the most beautiful trees are often the ones that tell a story you love, one that reflects family memories, personal style, and the magic of the season. If you enjoyed this exploration of color, consider subscribing for more decorating ideas, color guides, and seasonal inspiration. Leave a comment with your favorite color combination or a palette you plan to try this year. Thank you for watching, and may your tree shine with quiet elegance this Christmas season.